Alright guys, today I'm going to show you a couple mods I do to my big AquaClear filters. I gotta clean this one today, so let's take the lid off. Put it over here. Alright. First off, let me take the media out. As you can see, look how much media I put in this tank. You can't fit that much in this big AquaClear the way it's designed, and I'll show you what I did to fit this much in there. Okay, first off, let me get the filter pad out. It's going to be filled with water, of course. Let it drain. Alright, as you can see, the filter pad usually goes up to here, and actually I cut this one half the thickness. It's usually about this thick, halfway down the whole length with a sharp knife. I mean, it's got to be real sharp. You go from this way like this and just keep cutting it across. You try to keep it straight. Now, the filter pad is still, I'm going to guess, about 1.25 inches thick, which is plenty. I don't know why they make it. It's probably like 2.5 inches thick. It's crazy. But when they do that, then you can't put hardly any filter media in the back. So here's what I did. I cut it in half. And I used, because I had these laying around there for a car to hold, like if you want to put a transmission cooler on your radiator, you put them through from the back and you pop it in. Let me see if I can show you. And it just holds it in place so it can't lift up. But it probably won't lift up anyway because the filter media will be laying on it. So I just put that there. Probably for overkill. You know me. But anyway, that's what I like to do with my big AquaClears. You can see it's much thinner, and the filter media is like, oh god, I gotta have more than double as much as you normally could put in there. That's the first thing I do. Let me get this out of the way. Actually, let me put it on the light over here. Hope it stays there. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can see this. See this piece of foam in here? Okay, I like to run my water lower, especially for like big Oscar fish, because they'll hit their head on the lid. So the lower the better. I actually want to go a little lower, so I may make this a little bit bigger, this piece of foam. But here's what I do. Actually, I use the one that's the piece of foam from the excess from this thing here. And I put a notch in it. You can see the notch that goes up against your glass canopy. You slide it forward into it and it holds it in place, and you just butt it up against like the inside there. And if it ever got clogged, if you're careless and you don't maintain it, which I did once, the water might start going up on your lid, but because the lid's lower than the whole top, it just goes down and through holes like this. So it's no big deal. I had that happen one time, and you notice it because it don't all happen at once. It just gets a little bit wet, and then you clean this. But I'm gonna say, I don't know, mine's probably about 3 inches. And why I do this is because if you put your water low, and this is in a bedroom, this tank, you can't run the filter. It's so loud, it's like ridiculously like noisy. You can't even sleep. So I put the foam, I don't know if you can see it, it barely goes into the water. Well, you're not going to see much with this thing running here. Let me shut it off. I'll do it from the side. Let me see if I can get it. Well, anyway, it's barely into the water. You could actually leave it out of the water and it don't make any trickling sound or anything because it goes in so smooth, like it's a cascade and just goes right in. Whereas When you don't have it, it's like a waterfalls and it's just too loud. I can't use it like that. But that's what I did. And also, let me see over here, you could also use, instead of that foam from the filter, this is a coarser piece. You can see it's real coarse. This might make it like a little bit of trickling noise because it is coarse. This is pond filter material. You could get it at like a pond shop or something. But that's black, and green is a little bit finer. And I got on this tank, let me see, can't see it all, so I'll turn the light on. Maybe you could see it now. Yeah, see the green I got in the back? It's a little finer, and you can see it's barely trickling. You don't even hear that. But they also make blue is even finer, so I would recommend getting the blue because it's gonna be finer. You won't hear as much, but it's not as fine as like the filter material that you get with the AquaClear filter that I'm using on this tank over here. This is actually a lot finer, and I don't think you need it. I think the blue pad will be perfect. So let me go take this filter pad outside and see if I could clean it. I'll spray it with the hose. Should get most of it out. So let's go. Alright, what I do is use my garden hose to spray it like a jet spray on there because it's a little more powerful than your sink. I'm doing this left-handed, so let's see what happens here. As you can see, right away it looks like it's coming out. You don't have to stay in your sink forever doing it. You always want to save time when you got a lot of time. That should be good. Alright, stop this thing. Yeah, that's good. Look at how clean it got. And it's that way all the way through, I know, because I always do it. Plus, because it's only like 1.25 inches like thick. So I'll bring it back inside and reassemble it and show you how it goes. Alright, we're back. And as you can see, this thing's pretty darn clean all the way through. Alright, now to put her back in, of course I got my plants. Of course I got the plants all hanging into my filter. Let's see. Alright, that's in place. Oh, another upgrade I did. I super glued a piece of PVC to the side, the height of this thing. If you guys have ever had your filter flow up, you want to do this, you put it there like that and it holds it from doing that. This side here never does, it kind of locks in, but this side, as you can see, floats. So I put that there and I never have that problem. Now let's get this biomedia. Oh, and a lot of guys may be asking, well, you just clean that out with your hose and killed all the bacteria. Yeah, that's true, but I don't care because if you saw the size of this thing, there's a lot more bacteria on this than will ever be in there. Plus, I have a canister filter running too. So let's get this back in place. Big. I could even put more. Look at how low that is compared to the top. I'd say I could put another inch higher, but I'm not going to do that. I don't need it. If I was just using this filter, I would probably put more. But actually, honestly, I could take this media out. I really don't even need it, and I'll show you why. I have this Sun running. I actually found a good impeller, so it's quiet, and I modified that too. That's for another video. But this thing has 3 trays. In the bottom I have 2 pieces of a piece of coarse foam, then fine foam, and then the next 2 levels I have them filled to the brim with biomedia. So this thing's good to go. And that's also 525 gallons an hour, and I think this is too, like 500. But it looks ready to go. The 3 modifications: the cut filter pad in half so you can fit way more biomedia, and if you want to run your tank water low, you cut a piece of the filter foam, you notch it like this so it holds from the lid pushing on it. And also this little piece of, you could use any type of plastic. Once this is set down in place, you get a piece of plastic, you put super glue, or even the solvent that holds like acrylic tanks together. You just put your piece so it's laying on the top so you could get it in and out. Butt it up against the top for a few seconds with the solvent on it or super glue, and then you're set to go. Let me get the lid for this. Actually, maybe I'll put the lid on later. Let me see, let me plug it in, guys. Hold on, I'll leave the camera here. I had to go down on the ground and get the plugger in. Well, it's plugged in. Oh, it went right in on, so good. Alright. You can see how that's flowing. It still goes right through, it goes through the foam basically, rides down through the foam and goes in your tank. Now this water, like I said, could be filled up, let me see, about another 2.5 inches or more, like you would normally fill a tank, but I have it like an inch and a quarter below the trim. And I may even, like I said, want to put it like maybe a 1/2 inch lower, but I'm going to have to get a new piece of foam to do that. So let me put the lid back on. Only thing about these plants, they're always in the way. Alright, it's hard to do all this stuff with one hand. I don't know how some of them guys do it, but I'm learning. Alright. Yeah, that's it. That's all. I don't clean my filter pads that often. Probably only once every maybe 2 months or so. It's funny, my brother used to have these filters. One time he had it up for 5 years running. Never cleaned the filter pad or nothing. And when you took it out, it actually wasn't much more dirtier than this one was, because I guess the bacteria works its way into it all and cleans it itself. His impeller was good too, wasn't even that dirty. I'm not going to do my impeller, but I'll probably do it the next time. But I just wanted to share with you the 3 modifications I did on here. The best one is probably the cut in half lengthwise, the filter pad, so you can fit, like I said, probably more than double biomedia in there. And also the tab on the side that holds the filter pad from rising up on you, that was like a pain. I hate when it used to do that. But that's it, guys. You could probably try these mods on your filter. I'm telling you, you're gonna like it. And I just wanted, like I said, to share it with you.